Hello, hello, everybody. Can everybody hear me? You are going to have to excuse me tonight, Sexy Squad, because I am in a partying mood. Okay, I got off work early today, and I have been partying since I got off of work. Welcome, 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 everybody. My voice may be a little hoarse because I was screaming all night last night. All night. Okay. Those of you in the chat and those of you who are listening, who know me and know my history, you know that I am a Golden State Warriors fan, diehard fan. Okay, I am a. It's the trilogy for me, right? San Francisco Giants, San Francisco 49ers, and the Golden State Warriors. And what did the Golden State Warriors do last night? What did they do last night, Success Squad? What did they do? The Golden State Warriors are the NBA champions, baby. They finished the Boston Celtics in 6 at home, baby. So I am in a partying mood, and I've been partying since I got off. And this live podcast, may be a little short tonight because I've got some more partying to do. Even though I live in South Carolina, that doesn't stop the show. Okay, it doesn't stop the show. Welcome, 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 everybody, to Success Talk. This is Megan's World Podcast, also known as Megan, Duchess of Advocacy World Podcast. So, welcome to our Success Family Chat on Friday nights that we try to have every Friday. Success Talk. Let's see, I think I'm going to change the layout here. Yeah, I like that. Uh, Actually, I don't. Let's see. I don't like that one either. I like that layout. Yes, indeed. Uh, I don't like that layout either. How are you guys doing in the chat? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I see that the usual suspects are in the house. How's everybody doing? How are you guys this lovely Friday night? I want to see thumbs up. I want to see people dancing in the chat. I want to see flowers and I want to see roses. I want to see drinks. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. Yes, yes, yes. Golden State Warriors, they are the champions. Sit down, Boston. Sit down and go to sleep. Night, night. Oh, my goodness. Welcome, everybody. I'm looking in the chat right now. Let's see. Yes, yes, yes. Hello, Success Squad family. How are you guys doing? Let me know where you're from. Let me know where you're at. Success Squad. We are a global squad. We are an international squad. We are wide on all sides of the globe, aren't we? We are a multi language speaking squad, aren't we? Aren't we? You know, let me know in the chat what other language that you speak besides English. Or let me know in the chat if English is not your first language. Yeah, let me know in the chat. Because when we say that we are a global squad and that we're an international squad, that is facts, right? That is facts all day long, right? I see people representing my Golden State Warriors. Thank you, thank you, thank you. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and put this slide up. Look at that. Woo! My man, Steph Curry. Wasn't it Curry Chaos last night? It was Curry Chaos last night, wasn't it? All right, I want to give a shout out to our channel members. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for your support. I want to give a shout out to all of the subscribers. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for your support. If you are listening and you are not a subscriber, see, I'm talking fast already. I'm gonna let you guys know what I'm drinking. Okay. And like I said, later on, after this live podcast, I'm going to join my neighbors who are also Golden State Warrior fans, and we are going to get our party on. Okay. But isn't it great when you have neighbors that you get along with? Isn't that great? Because I know some people who have neighbors from hell, right? But I love my neighbors. But anyway, like I was saying, I lost train of thought there, but I'm going to let you guys know what I'm drinking tonight. What I'm starting off with is Corona Extra. Okay? Corona Extra. So let me know what you guys are drinking tonight. I can already tell I'm going to be tongue-tied during this live podcast tonight. Okay? I can already tell. But again, if you are not a subscriber, please go on ahead and hit that subscribe button. And everybody, please hit the thumbs up button. All right, let me go ahead to the next slide. Look at that. My man Curry Chaos, right? He finally got the MVP for the finals. Isn't that great? I mean, and he deserves it. He really deserves it, right? What did Curry say? One, two, three, four. Okay. I love it. Let me look in the chat real quick. If there's anybody in the chat representing the Yay area, let me know. Let me know. Anybody representing Cali, let me know because it's all about Cali and the Yay area tonight. Okay? That's right. That's right, Catherine. MVP Curry. Okay, we're going to show the Golden State Warriors and Steph Curry some love at the beginning of this chat tonight. Next slide. Look at that. Look at my man. That's right. He got the four fingers up, doesn't he? I love it. I love it. All right. I see we got somebody from Texas in the house. All right. New Orleans is in the house. Hey, what's up? Let's see. How you doing, Miss Lydia, tonight? How you doing, Church Nelly? How you doing? Let's see. What are you guys talking about? Okay, I see thumbs up. I see roses. I see flowers. I see adult beverages. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Susie Q, do you have your Heineken tonight? Is it cold and ready? Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. All right, let's see. I'm going down the chat. Let's see. Somebody said, good afternoon. Where are you? Miss Dolores, let me know where you're at. You said good afternoon. It's evening over where I'm at. Let's see. Hello, everybody. I see a lot of highs. Special K. Hello back to you. Miss Elaine, I know that you're from the UK. I know it's late. Miss Donna, yes, yes, yes. Okay, I see somebody from Australia's in the house. Is it Naomi? How are you doing? Okay, we got Las Vegas in the house. We got Los Angeles in the house. Dara said, hey, I'm from the USA. San Francisco, hey, San Francisco, stand up. Okay, so your first language is French, Miss Diane. Okay. Got a lot of French squatties in the house. Okay, so we got somebody from Antigua. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, so somebody's first language is, I don't even know how to say that. Is it patois? Patois? Patois. And English. We got somebody from New York. That's right. Victory, victory, victory. Dallas, Texas. All right. Well, everybody, welcome, welcome, welcome to Success Talk. This is a live podcast that we do on Friday nights. And if you're not in the live chat and you're listening, welcome, welcome, welcome. And I appreciate you listening. As you see and as you hear, I am a diehard Golden State Warriors fan. And I'm going to admit, it wasn't not always like that. Okay. It wasn't always like that. I was a diehard uh, Sacramento Kings fan way, way, way back in the day. Way back in the day, like during the Weber and Bibby years, right? But I became a Warriors fan, I would say, jumped on the Warriors side maybe in about 2008. It was before Steph had joined the team. But that is my team. I've been riding with them since 2008. So I'm just so happy that they won and that they beat the Boston Celtics. They put them to sleep in 6 on the Boston Celtics turf. It gets no better than that, right? So I'm going to go ahead and take a drink for the Golden State Warriors. And it's just awesome to see Green, Thompson, and Curry back on the throne, baby. Look at that. That's a beautiful picture right there. Mm, mm, mm. I have got to drink to that. And there you go. Golden State Warriors, they are the NBA champions. All right. Now we're going to go ahead and focus on our faves. Harry and Meghan, Has and Meg, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, right? We're going to start our family chat, our Success Talk family chat about our faves. And actually, they were quiet this week. It's just that there was some news that came out about them, and it was exciting news. And I'm glad that the news came out because I had a feeling that you know that Megan was really busy in the Netherlands during the Invictus Games, right? So when the news came out about what she did outside of the Invictus Games, it was awesome to hear, right? Because we all know Megan, she's not new to this. She's true to this, right? She's very genuine and she's purposeful and intentional and consistent when it comes to supporting young girls, young women, and advocating for women's rights and making sure that young girls, young women, and women are supported, right? So we will definitely talk about that during this live podcast. I see you guys in the chat. Okay, somebody's from Charleston. I was in Charleston again this week. I didn't eat though. I went into Charleston and did my business and got out because my God, the traffic at Charleston is horrific sometimes. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start this live podcast. And the first thing that we are going to talk about is the Invictus Games, right? Um, that wasn't really the picture that I wanted to use. I guess I didn't read it all the way through, but we all know the Invictus Games have already happened, right? We already know that. But there was some great news about the Invictus Games that came out this week, and it's the type of news that we should expect, because we all know that there are going to be more countries that join the Invictus Games that are going to want to compete, right? So when this news came out about Israel, it was just awesome. It was awesome to hear, right? So those of you who don't know, which I'm pretty sure everybody in Success Squad land knows, that Israel uh, reported that they will be joining the Invictus Games. Isn't that great news, Israel? That is great news. The ambassador of Israel to the UK, the United Kingdom, released the news saying that Israel will be joining the Invictus Games. Now, isn't that awesome, guys? That is awesome. That is awesome news. Um, so you have Israel and you have Nigeria and you have Colombia that have joined the Invictus Games. So that is just great news. And it just goes to show you how respected the Invictus Games are, right? It's a charity and it's a sporting event that is respected all around the world. And it also proves that Prince Harry, he is a global diplomat, right? Well, they both are. But we're going to concentrate on Prince Harry right now, the global prince, the people's prince, because this is his baby. The Invictus Games is Prince Harry's baby. Prince Harry came up with this idea. He was inspired. He was inspired. He was inspired by the Warrior Games, but he also was inspired by a fellow British soldier who had PTSD, right? Remember the story? I believe we talked about it on this podcast that while Prince Harry was in the military, I think he went inside the barracks or something and he talked to some fellow British soldiers that had PTSD and some other mental health problems. And there was a British soldier that stood out to Prince Harry. That particular British soldier, I think, went on a skiing trip or something like that. And when Prince Harry saw him like 6 months later, something to that effect, the British soldier was a totally different person, and reported that what helped heal him was this experience. I think it was on a skiing trip or something like that. And that's what inspired Prince Harry to come up with this idea of the Invictus Games, right? So, I mean, this is just lovely news. This is great news that Israel is joining the Invictus Games. And the Invictus Games, the Invictus community is just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. It's going to get more global, right? I mean, it's already global. If there's anybody in the chat that knows how many countries are already participating in the Invictus Games, let me know in the chat, okay? Because it would be awesome if we keep count as to how many countries join the Invictus Games before the next games, right? My bad, that was my phone. Somebody's calling me. Like I said, we're going to have a little get together at my neighbors, and that was my neighbor calling me. They're probably asking me, what do I want to drink? Anyway, if there's anybody in the chat that knows how many countries are already participating in the Invictus Games, it would be awesome for us to start keeping track of how many countries join before the next Invictus Games. Wouldn't it be? That would be awesome. All right, let me go ahead and turn my volume down on my phone. So, like I was saying, the ambassador to the United Kingdom announced the news that Israel is going to join the Invictus Games. And the ambassador says, the typical, we are delighted that Israel was invited to be part of the Invictus community of nations. This is an extraordinary community that will allow Israel as well as Israeli veterans not only to connect with their counterparts from around the world and participate in a wonderful event, but also to share knowledge and expertise that Israel has gained in the fields of rehabilitation, mental health, and community spirit. Awesome. Isn't that awesome, guys? Hand clap for Prince Harry and the Invictus Games. Hand clap. Awesome, awesome, awesome. It's wonderful news. And it just only proves, that Prince Harry is Prince Harry, and he is a man that stands on his own, and he does not need the royal family to be successful, right? Right. But that's something that we already knew. For those of you who are just joining us, welcome to the live podcast. This is Success Talk with Special K Thoughts. So thank you for joining us. Next slide. Okay, I read that. Next slide. All right. Now we're going to go ahead and talk about my girl, our favorite Duchess. But I was talking to somebody at work today, and they were saying, I get that Meghan is a duchess, and I get that Meghan is married to Prince Harry. They were like, but at the end of the day, the reason why I like Meghan so much is because she is a feminist. Because she's a feminist, and she's a feminist that stays true to the game. She's a feminist that really champions for women's rights, that really advocates for young girls and young women, right? And that's how a lot of us feel. That's why a lot of us are fans, right? Because Meghan is a feminist, and because she champions for women's rights, she advocates for young girls and young women. She says women need to have a seat at the table. And she advocates for that on a consistent basis. Right? So you can call her Duchess Meghan, Madam Duchess, but at the end of the day, she is Meghan, the feminist. Meghan, the feminist. And that's why we love her so much. Well, that's one of the reasons why we love her so much, right? But like I was saying earlier in the chat, that news came out that Meghan, she was doing a lot of work in the Netherlands during the Invictus Games, right? And when I heard the news, I was happy to hear it. And there was a part of me after the Invictus Games was over, I thought, okay, I wonder if Meghan did something outside of the Invictus Games, right? Because we all know how Meghan does, right? We all know how she does. She'll do things and we won't find out till 2 weeks later, right? We won't find out till 2 weeks later, and it's awesome when we find out, and we don't really necessarily find out from her, right, or her people or her camp. We'll find out from whatever nonprofit organization that she visited, right? And that's what happened in this case. So news came out this week that while Meghan, the feminist, was in the Netherlands, that she joined Build Make Beat Entrepreneurship, right, course as a guest coach to give inspiring feedback to young participants who have sustainable business ideas. Okay, and these young participants who were a part of this entrepreneurship course were young girls, and they were was it non-binary uh, youth. So that was awesome when we heard that, right? Let me go ahead and do the slide. There's Meghan. There she is. She's in her element. I love it when Meghan is in her element. Her element is being a feminist, speaking with young girls, young women from all different socioeconomical backgrounds, all different races, creeds, colors, religion. This is her element. Advocating for women, speaking to women, young girls about business opportunities, business ideas, mental health, paid leave, whatever the case may be. When it comes to women's issues, that's a huge umbrella, right? When it comes to women's issues, that is a huge umbrella. But that is a lot. And it's amazing when you see Meghan in her element doing things like this. Next slide. So this picture, which I absolutely love. Did anybody see this? I mean, this picture is awesome. Okay. So these young women here were actually a part of a nonprofit organization called Project Fearless. Okay. Now these are young girls, young women who are Dutch. This happened in the Netherlands. Okay, and in the Netherlands, they have this nonprofit organization called Project Fearless. Okay, and Meghan, she was a guest coach in the entrepreneurship program. And these were the young girls that she coached in regards to the ideas that they had. And I don't know if this is the little girl that actually said this, but There was actually um, a 12-year-old. I guess the press spoke to a 12-year-old, and the 12-year-old reported on her, her interaction with Megan. And I thought this was so sweet, and I thought it was so powerful. I really honestly did. But this is what this 12-year-old who met Megan said. Her name is Misha. And I love that name, Misha. I don't know what it is about that name, but I just love that name, Misha. I always have. But 12-year-old Misha said, uh, I can't believe she shared her fears with me. For the rest of my life, if I'm ever scared or anyone ever makes me feel little, I'm going to think, whatever, you got this. Megan said so. Now, isn't that inspirational? That is so inspirational. Hold on, I'm sorry. I got somebody texting me. But that quote is so inspirational, right? And that's what I love about Megan. It's her impact. It's all about impact. It's all about positive impact. It's about inspiring, being inspirational. There's nothing performative about this. It's so genuine. So genuine. You can't fake this. This is Megan, the feminist, at her best. This is Megan, the feminist, at her best. And I love it. Sorry, guys. I was texting somebody. Sorry for the long pause, but I was texting somebody. But when you have young people who can connect to somebody on that level, that is powerful. Okay. Whatever Megan said to her, to this 12-year-old named Misha, that is going to stay with her for the rest of her life. It is. It's so amazing. And look at Megan's global mass appeal. Look at her reach. She is talking to young girls, young women in the Netherlands. Look how far that reaches. That's a global reach. Megan's got little girls in the Netherlands, right? That she's inspiring. And that's just awesome. This is really really powerful. Misha, 12-year-old. I can't believe she shared her fears with me. For the rest of my life, I'm going to repeat it again. For the rest of my life, if I'm ever scared or if anyone makes me feel little, I'm going to think, whatever, you got this. Megan said so. Inspirational, powerful. Megan, the feminist, in her element. And that's what I love about her so much. When she's in her element, inspiring and advocating for women, young women, little girls of all different races, different socioeconomic backgrounds, different cultures, all across the globe. Megan, the feminist, has a global reach. She's got a global mass appeal. All right. So there was another youngster, and she's not a youngster, okay, 15, But there was another 15-year-old that gave us some insight into what her interaction was with Meghan. Uh, and this youngster was from Project Fearless as well. Let's see. And her name was Myrtle. Kind of makes me think about Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, right? But 15-year-old, her name is Myrtle. And she spoke of how Meghan encouraged her to achieve her goal of becoming a Project Fearless teen mentor, sharing her own experience mentoring children when she was a teenager, right? Says, I have learned about how important it is to be true to who you are and have confidence in that, Myrtle said. Now, isn't that awesome? Isn't that awesome? I mean, Meghan, she's just inspiring and and giving young girls self-confidence. She's instilling them and she's empowering them to have self-confidence about themselves. And again, that's what I love about her. Let's see. Let me go ahead and finish this whole quote here. Back to Myrtle. She says, I have learned about how important it is to be true to who you are and have confidence in that, Myrtle said, to be fearless and to teach others that as well. These are future leaders. These are future global leaders that will one day become women. And when someone asks them, who was your inspiration? They're going to say, Meghan, the feminist from America. I love it. Again, this is Meghan in her element, guys. Sexa Squad, this is Meghan in her element. This is what she does. And this is what she is going to continue to do. No matter how hard they try to stomp out her voice, it's just not going to happen. When you have the ear and the attention of the youth, that's powerful. That's inspirational. You can't stomp that voice out. Meghan, the feminist, Meghan, Archie, and Lilibet's mom, she is a true inspiration to many across the globe. She's genuine, she's purposeful, she's intentional. No matter how much noise is around her, she stays focused. She stays focused. She stays focused. She stays focused, confident, and secure. She stays focused. She stays focused, consistent, genuine, confident, and secure. All right. So this slide, another young person that was there, they say, you're doing great things if Meghan Markle herself comes to visit. Sorry, guys, I had to cough. Again, inspirational. She's having an impact on young girls, young women across the globe. This young lady, she's in the Netherlands. She is a part of Project Fearless. And she says, you're doing great things if Meghan Markle herself comes to visit. That young lady didn't just come up with those words on her own. That young lady is not making this up. She was inspired by Meghan the feminist. You know Meghan the feminist, who's married to Prince Harry, who's from America, that grew up in California. You know, Doria Ragland's daughter. She's educated, has a college degree, had a successful career as an actress, somebody who's been a global ambassador, somebody who has been an ambassador for UN Women. You know that, Meghan, the feminist, her. Again, inspirational, impactful, global mass reach. You can't fake this. A pretty smile and a plastic wave and robotic moves are not inspirational. Wearing big, large, funny hats are not inspirational. Being relatable, sharing your life experiences, inspiring self confidence has impact, right? I see you guys in the chat. You guys are doing too much. You're doing too much. You're trying to pull me to the left with those comments. You're trying to pull me to the left with those comments. Yes, Megan. She speaks several languages. I wouldn't be surprised if she spoke a little Dutch to those young women. She speaks several languages. Megan the feminist, what, English, Spanish, French, right? And I believe she speaks some Italian. What else you guys talking about in the chat? Like I said, you guys are trying to pull me to the left. You're trying to pull me to the left. Yes, Sylvia. Megan does not deal in drama. Megan is loyal to her causes and most of all to herself. Thank you, Miss Sylvia. You're absolutely right. You know, it's amazing all that noise that's around her. She doesn't skip a beat, huh? She doesn't miss a step. She stays true to the game. If Megan goes somewhere, you best believe that she's already researched a nonprofit organization that provides services to young women, girls, women, period. That's her MO. That's what she does. If Megan's going to Japan, I guarantee that she's going to do some type of research. She's going to research that area and she's going to find some nonprofit organization that offers services to women, any type of capacity. Why? Because it's natural to her. It's something that she always does. Something that she always does. Let's see. Megan is genuine and true about what she does. She isn't trying to convince people. She's the what's that? Descendant of gods. It's not self-serving to keep some social status. Absolutely. Absolutely. But I just love it. And I'm going to keep on going back to this, but I just love it when Megan does stuff like this because that is her element. That's what she does. She is so genuine about that. And she is so consistent about that, right? Advocating for women's issues, advocating for women and young girls' issues, ensuring that they have a seat at the table, ensuring that they are heard. I wish I could have been there. I would have been taking all kinds of notes. I would have had my pen and pad out, just taking all kinds of notes. All right. Next slide, please. All right. So now we're going to continue this theme about Meghan the feminist. So news came out that Meghan had reached out to the women of the Hub Community Kitchen. Uh, I'm pretty sure many of us in Success Squad land know, and many of us are aware that it was the Greenfield uh, Tower. It was the fifth anniversary of the uh, is it Grenfell Tower fire? I'm probably saying it wrong, but it was the fifth anniversary of that. It was a tragic, very tragic. I read about it. Um, I think 4 years ago, the first time I read about it, and man, that was horrible. But 72 people lost their lives in a fire in London, and the majority, well, probably everybody was a person of color. And I heard that the majority of the people were of Muslim faith. And I heard at that time that the prime minister at that time basically had to come. She came to honor those people kicking and screaming. Like it really wasn't a priority for her. Who was the prime minister at that time when that tragic event happened? That's tragic. Can you imagine 72 people losing their lives in a fire? Oh my God. I can't. I mean that's got to be one of the most horrific deaths, horrific way to die, right? Think about it. Somebody died burning to death. Jesus. I just hit my mic, so if you guys heard that, my bad. But let me look this up real quick. I should have been more rehearsed and more versed on this because I hear about it all the time. And I became more aware of it when Megan released Megan and the women of the Hub Community Kitchen, when they released their famous cookbook. But let's see. So the Grenfell Tower fire happened on June 14th, 2017. So it was a high-rise fire that broke out in a 24-story tower. Wow. Just wow. Let's see. This happened in North Kingston in West London. 72 people died, including two who later died in the hospital. with more than 70 others being injured and 223 people escaping. It was the deadliest structural fire in the United Kingdom. Mm, wow. God bless those people and their families. But so it was the 5th anniversary, right, of this tragic incident. And from my understanding, that this tower, it's like here in the United States, right? Well, here in the United States, we have projects, and a lot of the projects in these big cities are towers, and they house a lot of low income, poor families, and they're not kept up at all. A lot of them have bad wiring. Um, the upkeep of a lot of these, I guess you could say, projects, they're just horrible, you know, just horrible because they feel people who live in that type of housing don't deserve to live um, in a clean, safe home environment. And it's so sad because a lot of people pay taxes, federal taxes, and a lot of our federal dollars should go to housing, right? A lot of our federal dollars should go to those who are less fortunate than us. And a lot of our federal dollars should go to services or federal funding that would help keep projects up and keep them, in better condition than what they are. So it's my understanding that this tower that housed mainly people of color, mainly, Muslims, was in very, very poor condition, and a fire broke out, and all these people lost their lives. If there's anybody from the UK in the chat, please chime in because, like I said, I'm not very well versed in this. Okay, so thank you. So the prime minister at that time was Theresa May. Thank you, Angela. And from what I heard, she basically was pressured into going to the towers to visit the victims. That's what I heard. I don't know if that's true, but that's what I heard. Okay, I also heard when she got there that she was booed. So back to our fave, Meghan the feminist. That's what we're calling her tonight. When Meghan became a working royal, one of her first, well, not one, but her first royal duty was the women of the Hub Community Kitchen. Okay. These women, mainly women of color, women of Muslim faith, all got together after this tragic, horrific incident, and they began cooking meals for the victims' families and just victims, period. Because I'm pretty sure once this huge tower went up in smoke, a lot of people who lived in that area or lived in that tower became homeless, right? So these group of wonderful women got together and began cooking meals for this community. And Megan's first project as a working royal was she was volunteering at the Hub Community Kitchen. So that's why, this is so important, why it's so significant to many of us in the Success Squad. Um, we all know, and I'm getting ready to veer off to the left. We all know that if it wasn't for Meghan, there would not have been a spotlight on these women. And I really highly doubt it that there would have been a huge spotlight for this fifth anniversary. And what I mean by that, I highly doubt that the royals would have made a big whoop-de-doo about attending this fifth anniversary if it wasn't for Meghan. Okay? Because let's remember, when Meghan was a working royal, a lot of the royal commentators and even politicians, British politicians, were calling these women terrorists, right? Weren't they calling these women terrorists? But oh, it's the fifth anniversary now, and Meghan is no longer a working royal now. And let's keep it real. She put these women and she put this hub community kitchen. She gave them the spotlight, and she put them on this huge platform, and she made their voices louder, and their voices were being heard, and she was going out there on a regular basis while she was a working royal, volunteering her time. And you had huge British celebrities like Adele, who all of a sudden decided that they were going to start volunteering at the Hub Community Kitchen as well. Meghan, along with these beautiful, inspirational women, write this book, this cookbook, and it sells like hot pancakes, makes them a lot of money. And, nobody from the royal family besides Meghan was really paying attention to these women. Now, if there's anybody in the chat from the UK, they can let me know, because I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think Prince Charles or somebody did visit them when the incident first happened. If I'm not mistaken, I'll have to pull it up. But whatever royal it was, it sure wasn't the airheads, right? It wasn't the airheads. But oh, fifth year anniversary comes around, and oh, now all of a sudden we want to show up and bring them white roses or white flowers. That's what they do. They crucify, copy, and paste. Crucify, copy, and paste. Crucify, copy, and paste. All I have to say about that situation, if those women were okay, or just, the victims' families were okay with that, you know, I I don't have no problems with it, but you guys know what I'm saying. So again, that was a very tragic tragedy that happened. And sticking on Megan, the feminist theme here, the vibe that we got going on, um, it's just a testament to how genuine she truly is when it comes to supporting women and advocating for women, because that's exactly what she did when it came to the women of the Hub Community Kitchen while she was a working royal, and she continues to support them as a non-working royal. Okay? And that's what I love about her. That's what we all love about her. But the women of the Hub Community Kitchen, they let us know that they actually did receive a phone call from Meghan, the feminist, and I thought it was awesome that they let us know that she did contact them. They wanted us to know that she did contact them, and they had released a statement. And this one right here says, "Today is a day spent looking back, remembering, and reflecting." They wrote alongside the photo on the anniversary. "I just found this picture of all of us on the day our cookbook came out. The Duchess had wrapped a book for each one of us and wrote a lovely message to each lady on the first page. Always very thoughtful. Today we received a lovely voice message from the Duchess, being the 5-year anniversary of Grenfell tragedy, asking how we are, about our children and families, and giving us news of hers." Uh-oh, so that means she talked to them about little Archie and Lilibet. Um, and then it says, "Just being her beautiful, kind self." Right. There you go. There you go. How many people in the chat actually bought the cookbook? I know I did. And I actually tried a couple of recipes. I did. But again, this is Meghan, the feminist, in her element, right? This is her in her element, and I don't know, it just kind of irked me a little bit to see the airheads doing that performative shit. I'm not gonna let it rile me out, but it pissed me off doing that performative shit because they don't give a damn about these women. They don't. They don't give a damn about that community. They don't. Showing up acting like they've been there the whole time, and we all know who's been there the whole time. And to make this positive, not only did we know who's been there the whole time, but the press knew who's been there the whole time. I'm just going to focus on the British press because the British press was letting us know that they know who was really there the whole time supporting the Hub Community Kitchen, who was really there the whole time supporting that community and not referring to them as jihadists or terrorists. You got London Live. The Duchess of Sussex called volunteers to mark the 5th anniversary of the tragedy. That's London Live. And they got a picture of Meghan cooking. People know bullshit when they see it. And it was very interesting and very gratifying to me that there were members of the British press that saw bullshit when it came to the airheads. Some fractions of the British press recognize the performative service. So some made the decision, you know what? We're going to go ahead and write this article about Meghan, the feminist, who was actually genuine and consistent when it came to supporting the victims of this tragedy and supporting the women of the Hub Community Kitchen. Again, I love it. Look at Meghan in her element, right? In her element. You can't fake this. This is real. This is genuine. This is somebody who is confident and secure. Confident and secure in her element. Let's keep it real. In real time, when this picture was being taken, when Meghan was volunteering her time with these women, and when Meghan was in this community, you had royal reporters, you had royal commentators referring to these women as jihadists and as terrorists. You had politicians who were referring to these women as jihadists and terrorists. But during the 5th anniversary, all of a sudden, we want to show up, shake their hands, shucking and jiving, bringing white flowers, or what was that? White flowers, white roses. Acting like we've been here the whole time. We're going to sit during a program playing with our hair. And then these women, they post positive things about Meghan, the feminists. They post that, Meghan contacted them and left them a message. And the fans of these performative welfare queens, their fans, attack these women, crucify them, vilify them to the point to where they have to remove their positive post about Meghan, and they have to make their Instagram pages or their Twitter pages or whatever the case may be private. But yet we're supposed to believe that the airheads and their fans care about these women. Can you imagine? No, actually, we can't imagine. Imagine. I'm speechless. I really honestly don't even know what to say. It's like, what is it? What is inside a person that would want to make them troll so hard about somebody that they really literally don't know, have never met, and somebody who has no impact on their life? What would make somebody want to troll a charity, attack a charity, attack? Let's even bring it further back. Attack children. Didn't Project Fearless have to turn off their comments on their Instagram page just because they posted that Megan came and, visited them and she coached them in entrepreneurship in regards to their ideas, business ideas? Didn't those young women have to turn off their comments on their Instagram page? All in the name of the airheads? That is pretty sick. That is sick that you would attack children. You would go on an Instagram page. Number first of all, how in the hell, if you can't stand Megan the feminist, if you literally can't stand her, how in the hell do you even know that she went to this nonprofit organization called Project Fearless and coached young women in regards to their business ideas in the Netherlands? How do you know that? If you can't stand Megan, how do you know that? Like, seriously, how do you even know that? Sick. Sick and demented and evil. But also getting paid. Getting paid. A lot of those trolls were getting paid. Christopher, what's his name? Christopher Boosie? How do you say his last name? Right. He's spilling the tea. A lot of those trolls are getting paid. They're getting paid, but we already knew this, right? We already knew this. We already knew that a lot of the trolls that, have the airheads as their avatar are getting paid. They're getting paid to post something positive about the airheads, and they're getting paid to post something negative about Megan. What I hope and I pray somebody does is follow the money, right? Follow the money. And I guarantee you that money will lead straight to KP. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. You do. You have to be mentally ill. I agree. You have to be mentally ill to want to attack children that like Megan the feminist. You have to be, you know, and attacking women, women of color, women who have more than likely faced a lot of abuse, a lot of verbal abuse, because of their religion. And you go on their Instagram page and attack them, but then you'll praise the airheads for doing performative service in the name of supporting these women. Got some sick people in this world. You really, really do. But at the end of the day, they're not going to shut Megan up, and they are not going to cancel her voice, and they're not going to stop her from doing what she wants to do. And what she wants to do is she wants to advocate for women. She wants to support women and young girls. And she wants to make sure that they have a seat at the table. Oh my God, it is storming here. I'm sorry, but it's literally storming here. So ain't no barbecue gonna be tonight. What the hell? Woo! It's almost 9:30. But yes, we party late here in South Carolina. But anyway, I mean it's just tragic. It's tragic that the Airheads fans caused what was it? Women's org had posted something positive that Megan had said, right? Who else was it? Project Fearless had to turn off their comments on their Instagram page. Um, the Hub Community Kitchen, they had to turn off their comments and go private on Instagram. Sick. It's sick. And I just hope that uh their the people that run their Instagram pages realize and understand that when they do that, that gives the trolls power. It does. But at the end of the day, those people have the right to do what they want to do in regards to their social media pages. I just hope that they get better social media managers that know how to stomp that shit out. You understand what I'm saying? I really do because it gives them it gives the trolls power if they think all they have to do is just attack people and people will just either stop commenting on Megan or they'll turn off or they'll go private. Because see, to me going private is not really a good idea. Okay? Because once you go private, then nobody can see what you post not unless you follow that organization. Well, you may not want to follow that organization, right? So, anyway, you guys know what I'm trying to say in the chat. But anyway, look at this picture right here. Confident and secure. She's in her own element. And when this was happening back in 2018, them airheads and the royal family itself, along with royal commentators, hated this. They hated this. They did not support this. They scoffed at it. They called these women jihadists. They called them terrorists. See, that's when the whole terrorist thing about Megan started to happen, right? Remember when they started writing stories saying that, Megan eating avocados was financially supporting terrorists? What was that story? But that's when all that started. They were leaking Megan, who was a working royal, to terrorists. And the royal family didn't, there was no pushback about that from the royal family, right? No pushback about that. None. Zilch. There was no pushback from the royal family about stories being written that these women were terrorists or jihadists. But when the fifth anniversary comes around, we're gonna make an appearance. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're gonna make an appearance and we're gonna bring, white flowers and I'm gonna sit through a program and play with my hair. Alrighty then. See? Confident and secure in her own element. Cooking. Having a good old time. And you know that food was good. You know that food was good, right? Let me go ahead and see what you guys are talking about in the chat. What is there a troll in the chat? Oh, I thought somebody said there was a troll in the chat. I did hear about Baron. I heard that something happened to his channel, but he's back on though. He's had quite a few more episodes. Let's see. Yep, I agree with this. Thank you, Hub Community Kitchen, for being Megan's safe space while she lived in the UK. Man, you nailed that. You nailed that. The Hub Community Kitchen was Megan's safe space while she lived in the UK. Those women gave her what she didn't have within the royal family, which was security. That's what they did for her. They gave her a safe space. They gave her security. They gave her a sense of being. They gave her a sense of belonging. They had her back just like she had their back. And that continues to this day. Yep. She can't be. She can't be stopped despite the relentless negative campaign against her. It's just it's not going to happen. Somebody asked me the other day, Special K thoughts, like how do you think this story is going to end with the British press and royal reporters, commentators and these hateful trolls continually attacking Meghan? How do you think this is going to end, or do you think it's ever going to end? I'm gonna tell you what I think. Right? I'm gonna tell you what I think. I think that what eventually is going to end up happening is that once Prince Charles becomes king, that the royal family is going to end up cannibalizing themselves. That's what I think. If you guys understand what I'm trying to say in the chat, I think that's what's going to end up happening. I think once Prince Charles becomes king, the royal family is going to end up cannibalizing themselves. And what I mean by that is I think King Charles and Prince William are going to end up being at war with each other. And I think that the airheads, I think there's going to be a lot of scandal coming out in regards to what's ever going on in that household. And I think eventually the younger generations in the UK are going to be like, you know what? Stop the bullshit. We do not want this monarchy no more. That's what I mean. I think that once Prince Charles becomes king, in a few years' time, that whole monarchy system is going to bust wide open. Golly, it is storming outside. Okay, my neighbor just texted me. What the heck? Anyway, that's living in the low country. But that's what I think. That's what I really honestly think. I think that the royal family, okay, there's a lot of admiration and respect for Queen Elizabeth in the UK. But there's no sound. Yeah, because it's storming. I might have to end this podcast. It is storming out here. My Wi-Fi is gonna go out. Can you guys hear me? Let me know if you can hear me in the chat because it is storming. Okay, I'm back. Okay, I better hurry up and end this podcast because it is storming like crazy outside. But I really do believe if Canada falls, then ooh, that's gonna be a domino effect, right? So it's gonna be twofold. The royal family is going to cannibalize themselves because King Charles and Prince William, they're going to be at war. I don't care what nobody says. They're going to be at war. There's going to be a lot of drama coming out about the airheads household. And one of them big European countries is going to fall. They're going to say, you know what? We want out. And I'm hoping it's Australia. I do. I'm hoping it's Australia before Canada. Because if Australia opts out, that's going to be a huge domino effect. Somebody's saying that there's no sound. Is it knocking me in and out? Can you hear me now? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Okay. Let me hurry up. So, you guys understand what I'm saying. That was a conversation that I had with a friend about, they were just like, damn, when is all that hatred of Megan going to stop? And it was a discussion that we had. But anyway, here we go. Our fave, Meghan, confident and secure. Confident and secure. Right? Performative performance cannot do this. Just can't. And the Together cookbook, our community cookbook. This is a legendary cookbook, guys. It's legendary. Okay. Am I in and out still? So I just wanted to go over this tweet that I saw, which I thought was awesome. Okay. It says, what Brits don't realize is that during Pride in Los Angeles, they played Meghan Markle walking into St. Paul's in a white on loop. Keep trashing her, make her even more iconic, alienate the Commonwealth. Us black queens have her back. Isn't that awesome? Isn't that awesome? And that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's all about that global mass appeal. Okay. If you've got, you know, drag queens that got your back, if you've got the LBGTQ community having your back, I mean, my goodness. Global mass appeal. Next slide. This is a tweet that I read that I thought was awesome, awesome, awesome. James O'Brien. Okay. Woo! It is storm. Oh my God. I'm going to check on my house. James O'Brien. Tweet, he said, they're also frightened of everything progress, equality, difference, history, modernity, reality, facts, sexuality, cultural kindness, Meghan Markle. But build careers on a billionaire's payroll by calling everyone else thin skinned, woke, cowed. It's bloody ridiculous. I thought that was an awesome tweet. Is there any way that we can listen to this guy here in the United States? I want to listen to him here in the United States. Uh-oh. Can you guys hear me? Okay. So again, confident and secure. Yeah. Yeah, Church and Ellen. That was during, well, it was Pride Week all week last week, all across the United States. And somebody posted this on Twitter. That was at Pride Week. And apparently this happened at Pride Week in Los Angeles. So apparently there was this huge screen and they actually showed a video of Meghan uh, going to the Thanksgiving service in the UK. And this person was saying that everybody went batshit crazy. Started screaming, yelling, jumping up and down, screaming, Meghan, Meghan, Meghan. And this person is saying what Brits don't understand in the UK is that Meghan has got huge support among us queens. Awesome. My goodness, it is storming out there. But back to what I was saying. Confident and secure. Confident and secure. They got all this noise around them, Harry and Meghan, but they continue to do them. Harry, he's growing the Invictus Games. Meghan, she is still advocating for women, young girls, no matter what country she's in. She's going to advocate for them and she's going to ensure that they have a seat at the table. Confident and secure. Confident and secure. Confident and secure. Now, you know dang well this picture says confident and secure, right? Oh, okay. Thank you, Lisa. So I can catch his show on YouTube. Okay, I didn't even think about that. Look at these two in California. He's playing polo. She's looking beautiful and gorgeous, confident and secure. Confident and secure. Meghan, the feminist, confident and secure. Okay. Ooh, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and end this live podcast because it is literally storming out here. Church Nelly, is it storming where you're at? I can't believe that a storm is coming through and I had no idea. But let me go ahead and see what you guys are saying in the chat real quick. Yeah, he's getting paid. He's getting paid and somebody is telling him what to say. Okay? Cuz he makes absolutely no sense. And I'm talking about Mike Tyndall. Okay. He's saying this stuff because of his new funky little podcast. That's why. That's why he's saying all that crap about Harry. But it's amazing to me that he won't say that shit to Harry's face. Harry was in the UK for what, 4 days? 3 days? Right? Mike had plenty of space and opportunity to say that to Harry's face, but he didn't. No, he got one of his punk ass boys to brief to the media that he called Harry that name. Oh, punk. I wish Harry would break his face again. Oh, but that's just it's amazing to me how they claim, oh, Will and Kate, they can't fight back, they can't say nothing, and Harry and Meghan, they're the ones that are saying everything. Well, number one, Meghan only gave one interview about those welfare queens. She said all she had to say about them. Okay. And Harry, he can talk about his family anytime he freaking wants to. That's his family. He can say whatever the hell he wants to say about his family. But the airheads, Mike Tyndall, they're not fooling nobody. Okay. The quote unquote their friends said that they said this or feel this way. No, no, no. It's actually them that are saying that mess. So anyway, they ain't fooling nobody. I agree. Like, who is Mike Tyndall? He's married to Zara, right? I mean, like, seriously, who is he? He's an ex uh, Ruby player, right? Rugby player. He's a nobody. You're right. He's not even worth mentioning. Moving on. All right, guys, we're going to come to an end to this live podcast because it's still storming out here, and then it's late. Um, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Yeah, he does look like Shrek. You're right. He does look like Shrek. But we're going to go ahead and close this out. I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. Let's see. Again, we got things coming up with our phase. We all know that Harry's memoirs is going to come out, and Meghan's uh podcast series is going to come out. Gosh, I can't wait for that. Oh my god. It's like they need to hurry up and come out with that now, cuz I'm like on pins and needles when that drops. And I have a feeling it's just going to drop and we're all going to be screaming. But looking forward to that. Um if you guys are not subscribers, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button, please. Go ahead and hit the thumbs up button. We are on Twitter, Meghan, Duchess of Advocacy World Podcast on Twitter. We are on Apple Podcasts and Spotify Podcasts, and we are on Instagram. So you can follow us on those different social media platforms. Well, that's all I have to say. We're going to go ahead and end this. Good night, everybody. Do not forget to hydrate. No bad energy. What else you guys want to say? What else? What else? So we got don't forget to hydrate, no bad energy. Oh, I know. Feed the chickens, right? We got to feed the chickens. Everybody stay safe. That's another one. Everybody stay safe, right? Thumbs up, everybody. All right, there we go. So let's go ahead and end this podcast with our rebel. Yeah, you guys ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Bam. Continue to wear the SS on your chest because we are the best. All right, squaddies. Thank you for joining us tonight, and I will see you guys soon. Bye, everybody.